protest by aggrieved Nigerians against the declaration of Bola Tinubu as the winner of the contentious February 2023 presidential election have continued to spread across the world, even as the US chapter of the All Progressives Congress (APC) has vowed to confront protesters who have planned to stage a protest at the White House and other key areas in the country. There have been protests against Mahmoud Yakubu, the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC), over the conduct of the election and the declaration of Tinubu as winner. Local and international observers of the February 25 election have also described it as a flawed due to INEC's refusal to follow its own guidelines. Already, protesters have staged protests to the US Embassy in Abuja, Office of the Economic Community of the West African State ECOWAS in Abuja, Rivers, Lagos, Nasarawa, Taraba, Benue, Cross River State and others in what is snowballing into a national protest against the disputed election. The protesters have vowed to occupy ECOWAS Secretariat until their demands, which include a recount and full assessment of the votes, are done. On Friday, the Whistler reports that they have occupied the ECOWAS Secretariat with the youth wing of the protesters engaging the parliament. Also, a protest broke out in Rivers State, Port Harcourt on Thursday, with protesters vowing to continue to protest until their demands are met. Protests have also been held in London, US, France and other major countries calling for outright cancellation of the election. In the US, a notice of special protest which has been planned for April 3rd at the White House by Nigerian residents in the country was shared with our correspondents. According to the organizers, who say people's votes must count, the US step in and play a major role in the election, even as they hail Joe Biden and the US administration for not congratulating Tinubu for being declared the winner of the election. In the protest invitation shared with the Whistler, the organizers are demanding for a strong statement condemning the Nigerian government, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC and our agents for orchestrating a fatally flawed presidential and governorship and other elections in Nigeria. Urge INEC to obey the laws, count and respect the people's votes as per the laws, initiates wide-ranging sanctions on INEC national chairman, his family, identified corrupt INEC leadership at national state levels, and all who have frustrated a free, fair and credible elections in Nigeria, and their families, including those who instigated violence and discrimination based on ethnicity on citizens of Nigeria, they stated. They stressed that Nigeria is the largest black nation on earth and the largest source of African immigrants to the United States. We must call the White House and congressmen and women to intervene in the face of these human rights violations and Nigeria election malpractices, the protest organizers added. Already, the US authorities have granted permission to Nigeria protesters to use its park on April 3rd. To use the park, the US authorities said protesters must not be more than 100 people at the iconic Lafayette Park in Washington, D.C. The permits warned that protesters must comply with all the conditions, which include protesting for just 4 hours on the stretch. The leader of the protests, operating under the aegis of Nigerian American Coalition for Justice and Democracy, Franklin Ikechukwu, who in a memo said they would be protesting against INEC refusal to follow their guidelines and the rule of law in accordance to democratic principles. He said, "We in the diaspora are demonstrating to call the attention of the US government and Biden administration not to recognize the projected winner. Their counterparts in the UK have also planned similar protests to be held on April 8th. In their plans, protests would be held every day in Nigeria, with the mega protest to be held at a Unity Fountain site of regular protests in the nation's capital. However, this has not gone down well with the US chapter of the APC, as members have vowed to storm the venue at the anti-Tinubu protest in solidarity with the former Lagos State governor. The captain or the chairman of the United States chapter of the APC, Professor Tai Balofin, said, "We wish to inform the public that a group of the Nigerian 2023 presidential election losers are currently protesting at the park in front of the White House. It is important to know that the US government is not involved or in support of the protest, as anybody can get approval for a peaceful protest. It is our belief that the Nigerian presidential election was free and fair, and Asiwaju Ahmed Tinubu won the election. The majority of the Nigerian voters gave him their mandate, and no propaganda, manipulation, or tissue of lies can stop his inauguration," he stated in a statement issued late Thursday night. He added that the APC USA assures Nigerians not to be perturbed by the actions of the protesters. "We want to assure Nigerians that Nigeria will not secede and it will remain united. Yee? We must work together to salvage it." And you be claiming that hey, you I beg you. He promised that his group would meet the anti-Tinubu protesters on ground when they arrive on April 3rd at the park. Do you want to go and fight them? Because that's what you are known for. Why can't you choose another day to say no? The election was free and fair. Well, yeah. Why is it that same day? This is APC. You guys are evil. Thank God there is not a Nigeria that the police will not be shooting the people who are originally to protest there. Thank God it's not like that. Thank God you know where you are. Wicked so as America be where you did there, so now so Nigeria be. You want Nigeria to continue to be like that, and you did they enjoy a free movement and a speech. That is it. Go there now. Recall INEC had declared Tinubu winner of the presidential election, which has been rejected by the Labour Party, the People's Democratic Party, PDP, and a few other political parties. Other parties, including Social Democratic Party, have, however, congratulated the winner. INEC declared Tinubu that he got 8 million, the rest one gets 6.something million, and all of that. But the bone of contention now is that these people say, we want to go there and go and you want to go and fight them. Okay, oh, can you imagine? That is what they know how to do. Thank God say no be Niger. Thank God say no be Niger. Okay, so guys, let's hear your opinion and have your take on this.